How's it going, everyone? It is Wilson Plays here, and we're back with some more DTM Experience 2014. Just gonna put this down a little bit. It probably is already at a good volume, but I'm really conscious about it. So this is DTM Experience 14 again. You've already seen this on my channel. You've seen the highlights video of a race at Hungaroring in Hungary. But this is now a live com video around the Norris Ring, which is I'm going to assume street circuit, but no, what am I saying? It is a street circuit. But this is a live com. We're going to do 21 laps. Oh my god, whoa. That was interesting. We're using adaptive AI again, but I've had a couple of races off camera, so they have got better. As you can see, they're not as easy to get past this time, which is always a good thing, I guess, as we're trying to pass Matthias Ekström. But the reason I want to make a live com this time is, oh my god, to sort of go through like my thought process when I'm racing, because I do a lot of racing. Not so much online anymore. Usually it's offline, but I do still race a lot offline. And one thing that oh my god, really? One thing that a friend said when he saw my highlights video is he asked me straight away if I was using a wheel, as Spengler goes around my outside, and well, that was a bit clumsy. He asked me if I was using a wheel because my inputs look pretty smooth. Now, I'm not using a wheel. I'm actually using a gamepad which was made by the makers of this game, Sector 3 Studios, or Race Room, whoever you want to say. Link will be in the description to, I don't know, like an Amazon link or something. And I've noticed DRS is not on. I must have messed with the rules. Ah, whatever, the tyre rule's still on. But I will link something like an Amazon page or something. You can take a look for it yourself. Basically, it's a normal PlayStation 3 controller, but instead of analog sticks, it's got a small wheel thing that you can make smooth inputs with if you're really good. I'm not saying I'm really good, but I've used it for almost a year now. Or actually, it's probably gone past a year because I got it in February last year, and it's obviously February now. But I also wanted to make a live com just to sort of DRS. Maybe it's more laps around this track that you need before it lets you use it. Because normally it's one lap. I don't know. But anyway, I also wanted to make a live com just to sort of more in depth talk about my opinion on this, on DTM Experience 2014. I wanted to expand my opinion a bit. I briefly touched on it in my highlights video, but I figured it was worth me going more in depth of what I think of DTM Experience. Well, first off, I think the whole system with Race Room Racing Experience and all the content packs like ADAC GT Masters, or ADAC, or whatever you want to call it, GT Masters Experience 2014, and you know, last year's DTM Experience pack, the whole system I think just works really well. The thing I'd say doesn't really work well is offline racing, which, as you can see, the AI are they're the best in sim racing, I think. Because look at them, they're actually giving me a fight. They're not rolling over and letting me through, or punting me off the track. In fact, whenever I've been hit by this AI, I really think it's more of a characteristic thing. Like, I've been spun around fighting for the lead, but that's the thing, fighting for the lead. I mean, IRL, of course, you know, mostly it's against the rules to hit someone in racing. Usually racing's a no contact sport, like car to car contact, not punch. I would assume you would have got that first time anyway, but like when it's in the dying laps and it's for the lead or something, it just feels like that the AI hit me for a reason, because they're fighting for the lead, and not just simple fact is that they've been coded bad or whatever. And the whole platform of Race Room works really well. You can buy whatever content you want. You don't have to pay for content that you wouldn't particularly play with, such as, say, if you didn't like touring cars, you don't have to buy touring car content and all that. I think Race Room is sort of lacking in is pricing. The prices of Race Room content is really, really high, and the only way I buy mine is basically Race Room have contests every 2 weeks among their different platforms, whether it just be the Race Room platform or the DTM platform, ADAC platform, where you can win VRP. And what I do is typically I just go there to have fun, to try and set a fast lap, and you know, in turn, if I get a decent position, it rewards me with VRP, and VRP is their little currency that they have in their little platform, which you can buy content with. And I just kind of stock that up, and if I see something I like, then I will invest in it. But that's a lengthy process if you were waiting on that. I have put my own money into Race Room before, DTM Experience 2013 and ADAC GT Masters 2014. That's examples of where I've put my own money in. And I just think it's all worth it, because the whole platform is really strong. I think where they're lacking right now is multiplayer and the offline system. The offline system, you know, the AI are good, as I've already said. But like, you know, if Race Room have a server malfunction, it affects offline. You can't do anything. If Race Room have a server malfunction, then it sort of blocks people out of playing Race Room until they've got that server malfunction sorted. And that's, I think, their drawback. You know, when I look on Race Room's Facebook page and I see everyone complaining of they can't access Race Room because servers are down or something, then I'm just like, well, that's disappointing, because the rest of the platform for Race Room is really, really strong. Like graphics, physics, AI, you know, all of it is just so strong. But there's little niggly things like that that just let the platform down, and I think Sector 3 should really address this. Getting onto the topic of this content pack alone, you know, there are plenty of mods out there for like R-Factor 2, Assetto Corsa, where there are DTM 2014 spec cars, and they look like DTM cars, and they sound like DTM cars, and they drive like DTM cars. But I think the thing that they're missing, like the mods of those are missing, is the official licensemanship, if that makes sense. You know, this is licensed DTM content. This isn't a mod. This is what, you know, the organisers at DTM have said to Sector 3, look, just we'll sign this deal, you make a game or something like that. And this is exactly what they've done, and they've made it to such a top quality. And I think the coolest thing about DTM Experience is the fact that real life DTM drivers play this as well. If you go and look in the leaderboards, you know, of competitions of DTM, you'll see names like Marco Wittmann, or Whitman, whatever you want to call him, Danny Uncadella, Timo Glock, you know, etc, etc. And what do they have in common with what I'm trying to talk about? Look in front of you. They're on the track with me right now. Not the real people driving, but they are in this game. Why? Because they're the real life drivers. Because it's a licensed game. And that's what makes it even more cool, that the real life drivers just get involved with this, and it's amazing. I mean, you get offered the chance to try and beat them, obviously be it in a simulated environment, but you still get the chance to beat real life drivers, whereas you wouldn't normally because you don't have the money for a scholarship in racing driving, and you know, you just can't. Because you don't have the training, you don't have the expertise, you don't have the time, the money to get into real life racing driving. So what do? You jump on this and you see if you can beat their lap time, and that's a way of competing against them. And I think that is really, really cool. I think that's the coolest thing about DTM. Yeah, I'm not saying real racing drivers don't play the other sims, because I've seen real life drivers playing iRacing, Assetto Corsa. But it's I don't know, it's just because it's licensed, like fully licensed DTM series, with real life drivers getting involved and actually playing this. That's what makes it really, really cool. And I will continue to play DTM Experience 2014, you know, not just on this channel, but in my free time. And look at this, guys, I've actually set up the pit menu. Not gonna mess up like last time, and oh my god, what is happening here? These are all a lap down on me, by the way, because I have not pitted yet. Let's see. Oops. Sorry. I'm trying to focus. I'm trying to focus and do my... Right, there we go. What was I saying? Yeah, they're all lap down on me because I'm... not pitted, but... I've got the pit menu sorted this time, so no messing up like that. The only thing I can mess up is the pit entry. I was a bit early on the slowing down there, but what do you do? At least I'm safely in the pits without a penalty, instead of being quickly in the pits. This is another thing I think they should add. Manual control in the pits. I mean, even if you don't add moving guys changing your tyres, you know, putting the air thing in the back of your car to lift it up. Even if you don't add all that, just add manual control. That's one thing I really want to see. As are we going to come back in the lead? Yeah, but I think he's closer than before. We must have been slacking on pace. He was on fresh tyres. Actually, tyre wear's not on because I'm not in the Get Real Physics model. I'm in the amateur because I am an amateur. Get Real's not hard in DTM cars because of how grippy they are, but I just generally drive in the amateur just because I want to enjoy this game. I don't really want to deal with managing throttle, managing brakes and all that. Sooner or later I'll go into the Get Real Physics model, but for the moment. By the way, if you didn't know, there's 3 physics models in this game. There's Novice, where you have things like auto brake, steering help and all that. And then there's Amateur, where you've got no help other than traction control and ABS. And then Get Real, where you've got no help at all. I am using manual gears. I thought I'd note that. You might have noticed earlier when I downshifted, trying to work with the pit menu. And what's Timo Scheider doing back here? In fact, why am I lapping someone? Usually in DTM you don't lap people, typically, because it's a spec series, all the cars have the same pace. He's either got some sort of mechanical issue, which I'm not sure is a thing in this game, to be honest, actually. But he's either got a mechanical issue or... I don't know. I must be really quick. I am on options and he's on primes, but what about the start of the race when he was on options and I was on primes? I was trying to set him up to pass him there, but it didn't work. By the way, he was not breaking the rules there. In DTM, you don't have to let people through. I think, anyway, like blue flags are not as strict as, say, in Formula 1 or something. Or maybe Timo Scheider just had an incident somewhere. Maybe he was involved in that turn 1 mess up that we saw on the first lap. And it cost him more than everyone else. Because it just seems he's really far back and other people are pretty far in front of him. So as you can see, the adaptive AI are obviously a lot better than before. I'm not dominating. So they have collected some data, but they're not quite there yet. But hopefully they'll get there soon. I'm not sure if the adaptive AI data is spread across the different platforms. So for example, I'm collecting data in DTM Experience 2014. If I go to ADAC GT Masters 2014, will the adaptive AI have the same data? That's the thing I don't know. I think the thing I'd love to see from Race Room next is a WEC pack, but that's because I'm a WEC fanboy. If you didn't know what WEC was, it's a World Endurance Championship, IFIA. But I think there are a few car manufacturers in there that's going to be really hard to get in terms of licensing. So for example, Porsche and Ferrari. But I suppose for Porsche they can definitely use like the existing Roof GTR2 car that they've got in the game just to cover it up or maybe take its place. But for Ferrari I don't know what they'd do. I don't know what line I'm taking here. Maybe it's the shortest one to the line, I don't know. So I've still got a big lead, so the adaptive AI aren't too difficult still. As you can see at the bottom, how much faster I am than Marco Wittmann than every lap. Oh my god, I'm stuttering everywhere. Oh. I'll also, if I remember, put a link down to Race Room's website so you can go check it out yourself. Race Room Racing Experience itself is a free-to-play game. It's just expanded with content that you buy if you want to play it. So you can actually go and try Race Room for yourself if you want to, but you're not going to try these cars because they're, you know, of a premium. I think there is a DTM Experience 2013 demo though. I'm not sure if that's still knocking about. It could be. If it is, I recommend you go try it, because DTM Experience, both of them, 13 and 14, are done to such a high quality that they deserve some recognition, as I just put it in the wall because it's final lap and that downshifting so aggressive. Gearbox, engine, everything's just gone. I'm joking. So we're gonna weave across the line because we've won. See, I'm not a total noob, but a lot of fun, like normal. DTM Experience is definitely a lot of fun. There's the final standings if you really want to look. Whoa, what happened to the results? Oh right, Timo Scheider's there. Oh, he's got a penalty. Oh, he must have had a drive-through, maybe? Maybe an after penalty of 1 minute. He was already at the back anyway, but whatever. So yeah, thanks for watching. If you want to see more DTM Experience 2014, then leave in the comments. If you want me to play something else, again, leave in the comments. I do have some other Race Room content that I really want to show off to you guys, like ADAC GT Masters 2014. So thanks for watching, and hope you enjoyed this race. Leave a like if you did, subscribe if you haven't already, and leave any feedback in the comments, because I do enjoy reading feedback and listening to what you guys have to say about what I post. So thanks for watching, and bye bye.